You've probably seen this robot. It's popped up outside World Cup games and the NBA Finals. It's danced on TV for hundreds of millions of viewers. It even roundhouse kicked a child. But where did it come from? And why does the American government want to ban it? It's called the Unitree G1, and it's part of a booming industry of humanoid robots that are meant to move and act like human beings. They're made by a Chinese company called Unitree, which is right now one of the biggest names in robotics. Over the past few years, Unitree and a few other Chinese firms have made these types of humanoids and four-legged robots better, cheaper, and more widely available. Until recently, you couldn't really just buy a robot. It was something that you'd really only see from labs like Boston Dynamics. But then anyone with around 14 grand could just order a robot and program it to do any movement that they wanted, from cracking a walnut to doing martial arts. Unitree shipped around 5,500 of them last year alone. So who's buying? Well, that's part of why you're seeing them right now. It turns out that aside from universities and researchers, influencers and marketers also love robots. The Knicks robot that was partying outside of Madison Square Garden, that was owned by a sports betting company and sponsored by Kalshi. The other robot that was dancing outside of World Cup games, that was actually linked to a consulting company that does robot rentals for events.
Another robot influencer called Rizbot has about 2 million TikTok followers and even made it onto The Tonight Show.
What up, Jimmy? Rizbot is in the house. Give it up for me.
Then Unitree does a lot of marketing of its own and recently got a bunch of G1s onto America's Got Talent. And this is where things start to get tricky for the robots, because all this popularity started to get the attention of the US government. Lawmakers allege that these Chinese robots are a national security threat and could be used to surveil Americans or to steal data. In July, the Trump administration announced that they were banning imports of advanced Chinese robots like the G1. Some experts say that part of the reason for this ban is just because US companies like Tesla are falling behind in the global race to build these kinds of robots. But there might also be real risks. In 2025, security researchers found an exploit in the G1 that could have allowed an attacker to hack in, infect other models, and create a robot army. They found that a vulnerability in the G1's Bluetooth technology meant that, quote, an infected robot can simply scan for other Unitree robots in the BLE range and automatically compromise them, creating a robot botnet that spreads without user intervention. And so should we be worried that this is the start of a sci-fi future with robots everywhere running amok? Not exactly, or at least not for a long time. The tech industry wants you to believe that these kinds of robots will eventually be your nanny, chef, doctor, mechanic, all rolled up into one. In order for that to happen, you need these things to work 99.99% of the time. You just can't have the risk that a robot is going to burn your food, bust your car, and kick your kid. Right now, they're nowhere near that reliable, smart, or safe. But they can dance. Kind of.